If you're looking for faster shifting, higher torque limits, and things like launch control for your F30 BMW, stay tuned, because today we're talking about XHP Flashtool. Hey, this is Bryan. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. Today, we are going to be talking about one of the missing pieces specifically on my car. We have the tune, we have full bolt-ons, we have pure stage 2 turbos. We need to do a transmission flash to make sure that we maximize all the potential out of all of the other mods. What we're going to do is we're going to show you some basics on how to use XHP Flashtool to flash your transmission. We're going to show you the difference in no tune at all. We're going to show you stage 1, which is more comfort oriented. Stage 2, which is a little bit more performance, has a couple extra features which we'll go over in just 1 minute. And then also stage 3, which is probably what's going to land on this car, which is pretty much race mode. So right now the car is as it comes from the factory with the stock transmission flash. Again, this car is a pure stage 2. And in all honesty, it shifts pretty good right now, so I'm very curious to see the different progression through the different stages. The shifting, it could definitely be a little bit faster, and I'm really excited about the torque limit increases in the transmission, so can't wait to see that. So as you can see, when we're driving, and again, we're not pushing the car too crazy or anything, you can see it just takes about a second or so to really drop a gear, or to either upshift or downshift. So this is our baseline of how fast that shifts completely stock. To get started with the flashing, you are going to need 3 main things. You're going to need a tablet. We're going to be using an Android device today. However, iOS support is coming very soon. We are going to be using a THOR Wi-Fi flasher so that we can do all of this wirelessly. And for the first flash, we're going to need a battery charger. So let's hook up our battery charger and then we'll get set up. So at this point we have the battery charger connected, and now it is time to plug in our THOR Wi-Fi dongle here. So just plug this in to your OBD2 by your left foot, then hit your start-stop button just 1 time. Once you have that all set up, you're going to see Wi-Fi pop up. It says THOR Wi-Fi in your Wi-Fi settings, and you're going to connect to that. Then you're going to want to hop over to the XHP Flashtool and simply hit the connect button. It's going to ask you if you have a 6-speed or an 8-speed. I have an 8-speed, so we're going to click that, and it's going to connect to our car. All right, great. The connection has been successful. Now what we want to do is we want to go over here to this little cart, and when you push it, it's going to say, hey, you're not connected to the internet. So we're going to go back over here, pop on our Wi-Fi for a second so we can get the correct maps. Then we'll retry. And it's going to give us all of the different options that are available for my specific car. So as you can see, there's an option for the Super License 8-speed, and what this is going to do is it's going to give us access to all of these different maps. So it's going to give us stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Super License 8-speed, and then I'm going to click buy down here. Okay. And you have to accept the terms, and then we're going to buy our license. Once you've purchased the license, what it's going to do is it's going to download all of the maps to your device. All right, great, and our purchase was successful. So we can hit OK, and as you can see now down here, instead of a price, it says we own this license. So let's get flashing. Now that we have our licenses, we can go back to THOR Wi-Fi. We'll hit connect. Okay, and we can go over and we can start flashing. Now, something that I didn't mention earlier that is very important, you want to make sure that you have your device in airplane mode. If you get a call, it's going to mess up the flash. It won't mess up anything, but you'll just have to reflash. So always keep that in mind. Then we're going to hit connect. We have an 8-speed. It's going to connect to my car. Okay, now it says we are ready to flash our car. So what we're going to do, if you look over on the left here, you'll see home, that's where we are right now. You'll also see a little car, that's just going to identify what car you have. below that, there's a little exclamation point if you need to read any fault codes. And then this little button right here, this is where the maps are. So let's start with stage 1. And all you need to do is really just hit this flash button at the bottom. Now, just like when you're flashing your DME, you want to make sure that you connect the driver's side seatbelt. You want to make sure you have your air off. You want to make sure you have your lights off. And again, we have a battery charger hooked up. Okay, so then we can just hit OK. And then once again, it's telling us to use a battery charger. We'll hit OK. And then while you're doing the actual flashing, you may hear some dings, you may see drivetrain malfunction, transmission malfunction. You're gonna see all kinds of malfunctions, but once we're done the flashing, all of that will be cleared. Then all we need to do is let this go. Looks like there's about 5 minutes more to go. All right, this part of the process, the flash is complete. Now, it does recommend that you drive 50 miles pretty moderately before you start to get on it. So at this part of the process, what we can do is we can shut the car off, let it sit for a couple seconds, then we'll turn it on and go for a drive. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is that when you put it just in regular drive, it's gonna say D1. Now, normally it'll just say D, and the cool thing about this is now it's gonna tell you what gear you're in, even when the car is completely shifting by itself. So with XHP, there are 3 main stages. We're not gonna go into all the details, we're gonna save that for a future video. But basically, stage 1 is going to be the most conservative. It's going to do things like raise the torque limiters in 3rd and 6th gear, and it's also going to raise the line pressure in high torque situations. Stage 2 is going to build upon that. It's going to be a little bit sportier, less on the comfort, and then stage 3 is basically like full race mode. So something to keep in mind, it's going to be definitely the most aggressive, the fastest shifting. So if you're looking for conservative, you might want to start with something like stage 1, but if your car's prepped and ready for the track, stage 3 is the way to go. So far, stage 1, I think it's very noticeable. I really like, I know it's probably like the smallest feature on here, but I really like how it tells you what gear it's in, because normally when your car is shifting, you normally have a pretty good idea as to what gear it's in, but it'll actually tell you, which I know again it's pretty small, but it's pretty cool. Let's go back and try out stage 2. Stage 1 was great, but let's check out stage 2. Go down here and hit flash, go to the newest version, hit OK. Now, when you do go to switch from map to map, it's gonna take about 2 minutes, so super quick. Now, when you are flashing, as we mentioned earlier, be sure to have your seatbelt on. Make sure that you're in airplane mode and make sure you're not gonna get any calls so that it doesn't interrupt the flashing while it's taking place. So, as you can see, it's just flying through the flash here. All right, great. We have been successfully flashed. That didn't even take 2 minutes. It took like 45 seconds. It was awesome. We're gonna turn the car off, let it power down for 20 seconds or so. Fire it back up, go for a drive. All right, so right now, we are just in comfort mode. And you can see, I'm not even on it. You can see how fast it's already shifting. Now let's pop it over to Sport Plus mode. Check out how fast that is. The shifting is unreal, how fast it happens. And that's not even with paddles or anything, that's just completely the car shifting by itself. Now, when we took the jump from stage 1 to stage 2, the difference was significant. You can tell that stage 2 is definitely more performance oriented. The shifts were lightning fast, and also the shift points were completely different. So I can't wait to try number 3. So here we go. Stage 3, here we come. Now, just a reminder, after you flash your car, you want to drive moderately for 50 miles to give your transmission some time to adapt. The shifting is unreal. I thought it was fast before. It's like lightning. I feel like I have a DCT car. And that's the car shifting, that's not even me. Without even pushing it, you can tell a difference, which is nice. The new shifting is completely night and day, whether you let the car shift by itself or if you're shifting manually. Now with this map, when you start using your paddles, it's going to put you in manual mode. It's no longer going to have it where if you don't shift, the car will shift for you. You'll have it in more of a true manual mode. No clutch. That was like third throttle. It's unreal. Now it may be a little bit difficult to tell from the video, but especially stage 3, completely night and day, and I highly recommend doing this to your car. If you are interested in XHP for your car, or if you need a THOR dongle to do any of the flashing, be sure to see the links in the description. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks so much for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com for all your BMW retrofit, performance, and aesthetic needs. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.